Howdy everybody, Colorado Biker here, and I am at the Denver Museum of Science and Nature. I am here for one reason today. I am here to see the Dead Sea Scrolls. Yes, the Dead Sea Scrolls. These are some of the earliest Jewish writings to be discovered. They were discovered about 1 kilometer away from the Dead Sea, hence their name. These Dead Sea Scrolls are some of the oldest documentation of Judaism in the history that we have of Judaism. So they were discovered in a series of caves or cliffs in 1946 through 1956. The first ones were 1946 to 1947, and then later from 1951 to 1956, further archaeological expeditions were done and excavations where the remainder of the Dead Sea Scrolls were found. So we're going to go in. Today is the early preview day for members of the museum, of which I am a member of. So we're going to go in, we're going to get some video, we're going to take a look around, and we're going to take a look at the scrolls themselves. So hopefully this should be a good look at one of the major theological documents dating anywhere from 150 BCE to 100 CE. So enjoy it, and I hope we learn something. Stay tuned. Okay, we are in the Dead Sea Scrolls exhibit. There's the caves.
Presentation will start that way, but she will rotate. There is not a bad spot in this theater. Jars, each with a unique story from the ancient past. And inside one, our closest written connection to Abraham, Moses, and Jesus. Welcome to Israel, the biblical land of milk and honey, at the crossroads of Asia, Africa, and Europe, and an archaeologist's paradise. Thousands of years ago, this land was the cradle for religious traditions that have shaped Western civilization. A world revealed through artifacts, like this one. Looks like a simple jar, right? Look closer. There's a tiny impression on the handle saying belonging to the king in ancient Hebrew script, with a royal seal on it. This tiny broken piece dates back to when the Hebrew Bible was being written. Archaeological sites like this one give us fascinating glimpses into the golden age of ancient Israel, when King Solomon built the legendary first temple and then placed within it the Ark of the Covenant. Within a few hundred years, the Babylonians would destroy the first temple, leaving pots like that buried under a layer of ruins. This could have been the end of Israel's story, though in the face of obliteration, their people and their history would persist and thrive. To continue our story, we must go underground. We are now standing below the famous Western Wall in Jerusalem, at the gate that once led pilgrims to the heart of ancient Judea, the Second Temple. Built after the Babylonian exile, right on the same spot as the First Temple, and it's here we discover yet another jar. This jar is elaborately carved from a single chunk of limestone. It likely held water to purify worshippers entering the Temple Mount as they were coming to offer sacrifice to the God of Israel. This jar from the same place where the New Testament tells us Jesus overturned the tables of the money changers. Today, this western outer wall is nearly all that remains after the Romans destroyed Jerusalem and the Second Temple in 70 CE. Again, the story of the Israelites could have ended here, though this is no ordinary tale. This is a story of survival, of a people striving to uphold their covenant with their God. Little was known about this chapter until the discovery of the third and final jar in our story, which leads us to the Dead Sea. Roughly 1,400 feet below sea level, the lowest point on Earth, and it's here one of the greatest archaeological discoveries of all time was made. It was 1947. the eve of the founding of the modern state of Israel. Legend tells us that Bedouin goat herders chased a stray goat to a cave near the Dead Sea. One threw a rock inside and heard pottery shattering. He was disappointed. He wanted buried treasure, though what he found was parchment scrolls. Parchment with ancient Hebrew script. Little did he know it was more valuable than any gold or gem he could have found. Pots and coins are amazing, though ancient writing is miraculous. You see, parchment and paper disintegrate. They burn, animals eat them, water and humidity destroy them. Though not here, in the dry caves of the Dead Sea. That scroll survived for 2,000 years until the shepherds stumbled accidentally over a broken jar. His find led to the oldest known copies of the Hebrew Bible, what Christians call the Old Testament. Bedouins and archaeologists found many more scrolls in nearby caves, the remains of roughly 900 of them, a vast library we call the Dead Sea Scrolls. So come with me now to Qumran, in the dry caves maybe 20 miles from Jerusalem, and we'll look a little bit closer here in Cave 1, where the Dead Sea Scrolls emerged after centuries in hiding, with the simple shattering of a clay jar. Like this one. A jar like this is where the story began. However, it's not the whole story. Are you ready? You will begin in the present. Excuse me. And take a journey backwards through time, back even before the Dead Sea Scrolls were written. You will explore precious artifacts, objects and words that speak to us from ancient times that shaped our world. Welcome to Dead Sea Scrolls, the exhibition. All right, excellent.